Welcome to the class 9 students. Today we are going to start the first chapter of your syllabus, which is life and its diversity. This is also the first chapter in your book. You will find it in page number 1. And this chapter is mostly about life forms and its diversity in our world. Okay, so the first topic of this chapter is the basic properties of life. This basic properties of life lists a few properties that are extremely important properties or characteristic features of living beings. But this, in your book you will find about 1.5 page description of all the basic properties of life, but it is not that important. We will quickly discuss all the basic properties and then move on to the main topic of this chapter. Okay, so starting with the first property of life, that is responding to stimulus. So we all know what is stimulus. You have read that in class 8. So all living organisms has this basic property of responding to stimulus. Okay, next is growth. All living organisms grow in a different rate or different manner. That is okay. Next one is metabolism. Now metabolism is of two types, anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the constructive process and catabolism is the destructive process. We will discuss about these anabolism and metabolism in a later chapter. Okay, fourth one is respiration. Respiration, all living beings respire. The respiratory organs may be different, may differ from one organism to another, but they all respire. They need to respire for living their life. Okay, and fifth point is energy utilization. Let me rub this. Energy utilization. All living organisms produce energy and they utilize that energy for their metabolic purposes. And the last, obvious and the most important, is reproduction. Without reproduction, the living organisms, any particular species, if they do not reproduce, they will ultimately be extinct. So these 6 are the basic properties of life which are seen in all the living, all that can be any of any species. Now we are going to talk about origin of life on earth. Okay, several theories have been offered about this origin of life on earth, and most of them have been rejected except the modern concepts which were proposed by Alexander Oparin. In short, we will call him as Oparin. The full name is Alexander Oparin, and the other scientist is Haldane. Okay, JBS Haldane. So other than these two, all the theories were rejected. Okay, the concepts of these two people about origin of life have been accepted by all. Both the scientists were proposer of chemical evolution behind the origin of life form. Now this is a new term for you, chemical evolution. Okay, now there are two types of evolution, two theories of evolution, or you can say two stages of evolution. One is this chemical evolution and the other one is biological evolution. We will talk about each of these stages of evolution in details. Firstly, talking about chemical evolution. Okay, so what do you mean by chemical evolution? So the primitive Earth's atmosphere, that means the Earth's atmosphere, which suppose like 1,000 years ago, that atmosphere had innumerable free atoms of elements like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. Okay, which are essential for the formation of protoplasm. So you all know what is protoplasm, the living part of the cell, right? Now high temperature prevented any sort of bond formation amongst themselves. So the primitive earth's temperature was extremely high. As a result, it prevented any sort of bond formation. Now as it started cooling gradually, these free elements, all these free elements started to form bond among themselves, started to combine themselves to form simple and compound molecules. Some of the early molecules are which were formed by the bonding of these free atoms are CH4, okay, NH3, H2O, HCN, and so on. Okay, so these are the early molecules that were formed from these free atoms. Okay, but there was no free oxygen in the primitive atmosphere, which was a reducing atmosphere. The primitive atmosphere was very much reducing in nature and no free oxygen. Oparin after that says, according to means keeping in mind that atmosphere of the primitive earth, Oparin suggested that under the influence of solar radiation, thunderstorm, volcanic eruptions, UV radiation, cosmic rays, etc., gaseous elements in primitive atmosphere of earth react to produce small organic molecules. So according to him, all these formation of these early molecules that were formed from the free atoms, they were due to the influence of solar radiation, thunderstorm, volcanic eruptions, UV radiation, and cosmic rays. Now simple organic molecules on polymerization means formation of combination or combining of many monomers. Okay, polymerization produced large molecules like polysaccharides. You all know what are polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are complex carbohydrates, proteins, nucleotides, nucleic acids, fats. All these biomolecules are formed after combining many such monosaccharides, such as polysaccharides are monomers, sorry, not monosaccharides, monomers. For example, polysaccharides are formed when we combine many monosaccharides. Proteins are formed when we combine many amino acids. Nucleotides are formed when we combine nucleic acids are formed when we combine many nucleotides, and so on. Okay, the mechanism by which complex organic compounds were produced in the primitive atmosphere of earth from simple organic components is known as chemical evolution. So to define chemical evolution in a simple manner, we can say that the mechanism by which complex organic compounds were produced in the primitive atmosphere of earth from simple to complex, okay, is known as chemical evolution. Okay, next one is biological evolution. Okay, so I hope this term is easier for you to understand, because biological evolution means evolution of biological organisms from, again, the same thing, simple organisms to complex organisms which have a complex life cycle or their body structure. Okay, so it might so happen that there were several steps before the origin of first prokaryotic life. Viruses represent such living forms having only one nucleic acid and protein coat. So viruses, they belong to the simple biological organisms. Okay, they appear to be a state between living and non-living. In this respect, we can talk about two models that will explain the biological evolution in a detailed manner. Okay, so let's move on to the two models of biological evolution. So the first model that we will talk about that will explain the biological evolution is known as Coesurvate model. Okay, so this model is known as Coesurvate model, and it was given by the scientist Oparin. Okay, Oparin gave the Coiservate model. So according to this model, Oparin suggested that this model can explain the mechanism of formation of primary life from the complex organic compounds. To simplify it, we can say that Oparin suggested that this Coiservate model can explain how from complex organic compounds, which are ultimately chemicals, the origin of primary life form took place. Okay, according to him, this Coiservate was a complex of, let me clear this, then you can see this picture. This Coiservate was a complex of lipid, you can see here lipid, carbohydrate and protein. Okay, so half of it is protein, another half is again divided into half, and one is lipid and the other part is carbohydrate. Okay, so it is made up of lipid, carbohydrate and protein, enclosed within two coating layers. Two coating layers means one is this, the other one is this. Okay, so two coating layers which enclose a combination of protein, lipid and carbohydrate. This form could grow in size by accumulating lipid from the environment, and they also has the ability to multiply by budding. This budding process you have learnt in class 8, you all know what is budding. And he also stated that Coiservate could promote various types of chemical reactions, but this model is not accepted now. The model that is accepted now is the microsphere model that we will talk about in the next video.